Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. I'm going to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rahakadash. Which in the Paleo Hebrew tongues, great names of Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, sister and brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Come and talk to you today, Yahshua Allah, about a dream I had. And I believe it was a dream about Jacob's trouble. So this is going to be a quick little testimony. And I'm going to relay everything I had in my dream. Because it seems so real. It seemed very real, Yahshua Allah. So I'm going to relay it to you. And basically what I believe it covers is Jacob's trouble. You know, so I'm going to start off with saying how the first thing, how it happened. I remember like it went down. The first thing that had happened that I knew it wasn't going to be a normal day was that a missile had been launched. Yahshua, a missile had been launched. And they thought it was an ICBM missile. They thought it was an intercontinental ballistic missile. Everybody's getting ready for a nuclear attack. But it wasn't a nuclear attack. When the missile went off, it blew up before it made contact with Babylon the Great. And you could see it. I remember going outside, everybody talking about it. And everybody's like, you know, everybody's panicking, like, oh, the country's about to get hit with a nuclear strike. So I remember everybody, the missile went off. Everybody went outside. And when the missile went off, it made like a gray cloud. The missile went off in the air, and it blew up, and it made a big, giant, gray, like silverish cloud. And when it went off, all the cars sizzled, the TVs went out, all the phones went out, people were just stuck on the highways, everything just went completely black when that missile went off. And I remember vividly hearing it, because I was looking outside, and I was looking at it, and I was calling on Yahweh Shah, you know, hoping the chariot to come get me, and I'm looking at it when it went off. You know, I was outside, and I could hear all the cars and everything sizzling and crackling and popping. It sounded like a sizzle, you know, and I remember like somebody's car was like right in front of my house when it happened. And I heard that car sizzling and stopped. I could hear my cars in the driveway. They was sizzling, and everything just went out. And after that, it was like a lot of panic. You know, I was like, go back in the house. I was like, there was an EMP strike. Like, you know, us in this truth, we kind of know, especially military brothers, we kind of know, you know, a little something about what's going on. I was like, there was an EMP strike. And I was like, here it go. They done lit off an EMP strike. Things about to get real tested. I'm telling my wife that we went back in the house. I was like, it's about to get real. You know, so it was no TV, no phones, everything blacked out. So a couple of days went by. And Esau is I guess there was, I want to say the National Guard or the military, one of the two. They were going down the street. They was in Humvees. And they were like going house to house. You know, people was running out to them like some fools. I already knew the deal. Us in this truth, that's why we got to be thankful for Yahweh Shah giving us this advance warning. I already knew what they was about to do. That's it. Us in this truth, we already know what the deal is. So I goes in the house. Esau going down. They try to act like they're doing good, but what I noticed they was doing was they was going house to house, and they were raiding people's houses and taking their food and their water. And it's like they had keys, Yahshua. Like what they would do, they would get out in their Humvees, they would surround the house. Because I watched them do a house like that. I'm in my neighborhood, I'm watching what they doing. They surround the house. You know, they had troops in the back, troops in the front, and they had keys. They would open the door up, go in there, and they was making everybody, you know, get on the ground, and they taking everybody food and supplies, because they also did that to my house as well. I remember they came up in our house in the dream. I don't know why. I didn't attack them. I didn't do nothing, but they made everybody get down on the ground, you know, me, the children, you know, my wife, get down on the ground. And they were running through our house, you know, rummaging almost like a drug raid. And they took, you know, the visible food, the water that we had. You know, we got stuff stashed. So they just took what we had visible, and they went on their way. And they just went down the block. They was just taking everybody's food. Certain children, I don't know why, but they was taking certain children. They would take certain people. I remember Eve was crying. They took her child, you know, but they didn't take my children. But I know they were taking certain children. I don't know what the criteria was for that, but certain people they were taking. People were trying to fight back. They were just gunning them down. You know, I was hearing about how they, you know, I was in the neighborhood, they're like, oh, they killed whoop-de-whoop. You know, they all talking about it. And It was a chaotic time. So I'm gonna go get this. Let's start off with this. I'm gonna go get this because this is what it was. It was Jacob's trouble pretty much. It had just kicked off, and my dream was like showing like how it would start. So I'm gonna get this precept, and this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Keep in mind, it said, but he should be saved out of it. So people, I relay this, Yasharala. So check it out. They're going door to door, and at this point, they're just taking everybody's goods. They're just taking your food, your water, whatever you got. And I noticed what they was trying to set up. What they did there, because like at this time, nobody's going to work. Nobody's going nowhere, because it's straight chaotic. At night, all you hear is gunshots and people hollering at night. There's no power, no electric. Like, we got a bunch of candles. I remember lighting up candles in the house. The water wasn't working, but I had bought things, you know, and I got tubs. So my family, we had plenty of water. You know, we had water, we had food. We would light the candles, and we would all stay in one room because the children were very scared. You know, everybody, they were scared. You know, my wife was scared. Everybody was scared. You know, so we all stay in one room. And I remember at night, you would hear a bunch of gunshots and killing. And you could just hear a bunch of hollering. And it was just chaos, especially at night. So nobody was going to work. Wasn't no go to work. Wasn't nothing, man. Only thing, there was like, only safety you had was to stay in your house and stay indoors. I remember one time I tried to get out my house and try to like go down the block, see what was going on or whatnot. And I was seeing murders. You know, I was seeing people get, you know, messed up. Military troops was running down the block. And I remember like, I'm like, man, going down 3 blocks, man, get you killed. So I didn't venture too much out of the house. I went out to try to test the waters. I seen a bunch of killing, a bunch of people kicking in people's doors, and I didn't want to leave my family out there like that. So I went back home, and I was just like, you know, telling my wife, like, you know, we got to make do with what we got. Because I could lose my life going out here. You know, and then what y'all going to do? Who's going to protect y'all? So I pretty much only went out a little bit, and I came back to the house. Because there was a whole lot going on. A whole lot of killing. A whole lot of people invading one another, which is going to lead me to my next precept I'm going to go get, because that was happening a lot. You know, it was happening a whole lot. So I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras 15. A whole lot of chapter 15 was happening. So check it out. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 15. But the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Man, I couldn't even go down the block, Yasharala. Like, I was afraid to even go 3 blocks down my neighborhood because there was so much killing and so much shooting and chaos going on. I didn't want to leave my people hanging like that. I didn't want to leave my family like that because it was that much. So I know if it was that bad, you sure ain't making it to one city to another, man. I'm telling you, we had the military probably checked off, but in my dream, I didn't go that far. I only went a couple blocks, and I went back into the house. And there was definitely sedition. Like, people was trying to fight the military. The military was shooting people back. They was invading people's houses. People were invading people's houses. I'm going to get to this point, too, in the dream. In the dream, at one point, it was a night we was in there. There was probably like 20 Mexicans, northern tribe, you know, essays. They were trying to break into the house because they didn't have any water and no food. And they only spoke Spanish. I was trying to tell them we ain't got nothing. We don't have nothing for you. Don't come in here. And they had machetes in their hands. And they were trying to break into the house. And I remember I had to go get the sword. And I had to, you know, I had to lay them out. You know, they was trying to, like, they was busting out the windows. They were scared. The children was hollering. Everybody was hollering. So I got to that point where they was trying to get in the house. I had to get the sword and do what I had to do. So I had to lay them out. And I remember laying them out, man. It had to be the Spirit of the Lord because I'm not a good shot. I'm not really good with Esau's sword. But in that dream, man, I laid them out with precision. And I remember laying them out. And me and the oldest boy, we drugged their bodies to the street. And I remember Esau, like a trash service. Esau coming through the military, they grabbed the bodies up in the Humvees and they rolled out. You know, I guess that's when it hit me too. Esau wanted the chaos. Esau wants to bring the chaos. He wants the civilians to attack each other. I get in my dream that's what was going on, and it's probably how they're going to do it in real life. But I'm just letting you know how they did it in my dream. In my dream, when that situation happened, and I drug the dead bodies to the street because I didn't want them hanging around my house. And the military people came and picked up the bodies. I was telling my wife, like, they want us to kill ourselves. They want us to, this is what they want. So they're letting us, yap each other up. And I'm gonna read 18 and 19 since I, said that. So this is 2nd Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And here go 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and he shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it backs up what I seen in my dream. Those Mexicans, or Northern Tribe Jakes, they were trying to break into my house because, they didn't have no food and no water. They were trying to tell me, like, to give up what I had. I don't know if they figured I had it, and I had to, I had to defend my house. I had to, do what I needed to do. And I remember in the dream, we drugged their bodies to the streets. Like I said, I didn't want their dead bodies hanging around my house. And Esau came through with the military, and they picked the dead bodies up. So I was like, they want us to destroy ourselves. They want us to kill each other up, So check it out. The dream gets even deeper, Yasharala. So check it out. We're there in the house. And see how the scripture said, men shall be afraid. Man, family, I know men were afraid. But in the dream, I wasn't afraid like that. Because I knew the situation. I knew what was going on. We've been versed on this. That's why it's a good thing to be in this truth. Because I noticed when repetition come, and we've been like listening on this, eating these lessons up. When the situation happens, we're not going to be afraid like that. Like, I'm going to go get this. I'm going to go get this. Because I was stable. I was not scared in this situation, Yasharala, at all. Like, my wife was scared. My children were afraid. I was not. And I noticed because I wasn't scared, it kept them cool when they got scared. It's like they was like looking to me to be that rock. And I was that rock, all thanks to the power of Yahweh was shot. I'm going to go get this since I said that. Because I was not afraid. I was not afraid. And then, like, something happened. I'm going to get to in the story that further strengthened my faith and made me not be more, I sure wasn't afraid at all. Something that happened and boosted my faith in this dream. So I'm going to hit this real quick. It's Isaiah 33 and 6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And because of these precepts and listening to these lessons, when this event was happening, I was not afraid at all, Yashua. It's like, I was making it, man. I'll keep my wife cool. She was panicking. The children were scared, and I'll keep them cool. Like, man, Yahweh got us, man. That's why I did all these lessons. That's why I hit the highway and hedges. We're going to be all right, And it really hit me, too, because, like, Esau had rolled down on us, and nothing happened to us, man. They didn't take my children. We were still good. So check this out, Yashua, and this is what really boosted my faith in the dream on this situation. Check this out. One of the elder brothers in the truth, one of the elder brothers, man, veteran, man, brother I listened to a whole lot. He was in my dream. Check it out, Yashua. So in my dream, wasn't no working vehicles. Nothing like that. So we're in the house. My wife is out like, man, our food getting low, our water getting low. What we going to do? We got to get more food. We got to get more water. I'm telling her, man, just have faith. Calm down. Something happens. Check it out. One of the elder brothers in the truth shows up, rides down to the house. I don't know how he knew where I lived at. I don't know if he's ever been to Tulsa because he doesn't live in this state. He rides down on the house in a white, like a YMCA van. He was in, I'll never forget, he was in a white van. One of them big, like YMCA vans that, the Maybes be having, the Maybe centers, one of them like the YMCA vans, like I say. And it was white. And the Ak rides down, and the Ak got water and food in the van. So he rides down, knock on the door. I got the strap. I'm thinking, it's Esau, the military. I look up, and it's Ak. And I'm like, what? How Ak know I'm here, And he like, hey, Ak, y'all need water. He had water, he had food, and he had medicine. He was like, here, Ak, I got this for you and your family, This is for y'all right here, And he, we got the water, got the food, medicine. And then, like, it boosted. I'm like, Ak, how you doing this? He's like, and Ak was like himself, like he do his lessons. He was like, man, the Lord gonna look out for us, man. You come on now. You know better, Ak. The Lord got us, you know what I'm saying? And he had like a van. He had a working vehicle. He had water, like I said, food, medicine, and he dropped it off to us. And he was like, I got more runs to make. Ak, y'all good? Endure to the end. We all shalom and call halam Yahabashia, each other. And he, Ak, and like, Ak was giving him hell in my dream. In my dream, like the military would see Ak in his van, and they would ride down on him in their Humvees, and Ak was like popping willies. And like he had some nos in that van or something. Man, he'll take off on Esau in the van. And I was just sitting there like watching, like, wow, like he came through a lot. Like when Esau like come through their little checks, they come in the house, Ak would pop up in his van, bust a gun off, get their attention, and then lead them on a chase and be laughing and just be, he was just giving Esau hell. It's like he would just pop up in his van and Esau be looking for him. Because I remember one point in my dream, Esau came to me like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, they was rubbing their head and Ak would just pop up and then he would disappear in his van, pop up, and they couldn't get Ak. They couldn't get him, man. Ak was just giving them hell. And like in my dream, I think Ak was making like trips to hopefully like brothers' houses and delivering, you know, water, food, and medicine, whatever we needed. And I would see Ak like in my dream, like every week he'll pop up with some daily supplies. You know, and then I remember my dream, I was like, man, we good, man. Ak out here, I don't know how he got a working vehicle. I don't know where he getting the supplies from. I'm like, Ak out here giving Esau hell. They can't catch him. I'm like, he in a YMCA van, and they in some souped up Humvees, but they could not catch Ak. He was popping the curve, you know, laughing. Like he was giving, man, he's giving Esau fits, man, in my dream. And I remember that was boosting my faith, like, and I was telling my wife, like, look, man, we good, man. I told you, man, I done did this. Why didn't do this work for no reason? I told you, Yahabashah got us. Look at Ak, man, he giving them hell, man. We good. So I remember that, like, they gave me a big faith booster during those troubled times. Like when I seen Ak giving them hell like that and giving us supplies, like, it immediately hit me to my next precinct I'm about to go to. And after that, it's like, I didn't have no fear at all. I was like, we good, man. I done did this truth. Like, we for sure good, man. Ak out here delivering supplies. And it immediately popped this precept up in my head. You know? And then, like, I thought about the precept in my head when I had my dream. I was like, yep, this precept right here. We good. We ain't got nothing to worry about. And this is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And that precept popped in my head as Ak was delivering water and food and supplies, you know, to my household. I was like, this how Ak, you know, Yahabashah making a way. And he's using this man to do it. And I was just like, man, I remember that just boosted my face so much, man. I was called Allah Yahabashah. Like, I just knew me and my family was going to make it, you know, when that situation happened, when it showed Ak, and he would pop it up every week, we was good, you know, and I think through the spirit, he was delivering that to all the hopeful elect, you know, and I'm like, because I was like, how did he get a working car? Like, you know, and I didn't question it. I was like, man, we good. Yahabashah making a way, and this precept has been fulfilled. You know, we got water, we got food, we got this, we got candles, like, you know, we got protection, we good. So I was just like, man, I told her, quit worrying. The Most High gonna make a way. You see what he just did right here. Look, I got a truck, man. And I remember one time she was like, I wanted today catch him. You know, she was kind of nervous about that. And then Ak popped up next week. And I was like, Ak, man, they couldn't catch you. He's like, man, come on, man. You know, these devils can't mess with me. You know, he was just talking, you know, his normal talk. Like that confident talk he talk. He's like, Ak, these devils can't, man, mess with me. You know, Yahabashah got me, man. This is what we do. I was like, man, come on, man. Ak, you right. You know? And it was a big faith booster, man. Ak was just like he do his lessons and how he was in my dream, man. It was a big faith booster, and I just knew we was gonna make it, you know, from there on out. So I'm gonna continue my dream on what happened. So Esau's going house to house periodically, you know, checking people, and I guess it got to a point where I guess they got to the numbers or the situation they wanted. And I guess Esau was about to just go ahead and just lay out all Jake out where they knew they was at. So Ak showed up to the house. And I'm thinking he was going to deliver foods and goods like he had been doing. But he said, no, bring you and your family. We got to go. They about to make their move. We got to go. So I was like, okay, Khan. So we got in the van. And Ak, you know, he led us to, we was off in the sticks. Man, it was like we went off in the wilderness, man. So we got out the van, and we walking in the woods. And as we walking in the woods, you know, we stop, and Ak lifts up this latch. It's like a latch that was covered with dirt, sticks. Like, you would even know that there was a door. But I knew it was a door right there. So he moved the sticks and the dirt off her. He put up a latch, and he said, all right, Y'all going here, Ock. Y'all going here, Ock. And so me and my family went down in there. And so we down, it's like an underground passage, man. We go down, it's like a ladder. We climb down the ladder, and then we walk in some tunnels. And Ock is leading us down some tunnels. And I remember as we walked through the tunnels, it got to this big open area, man. In the open area, it was like a underground, like a facility or something. And like, what I noticed what was in there was all the Akim in there. All the Akim, the Aqua, the whole nation was in there, man. I'm talking about down there barbecuing it. And I know it's all the hopefully elect. Because you get in there, all you're hearing is Yahabashi, I was shy. I come in there, you know, Akim and Charlotte warming me, you know. So it was like, oh, these are all brothers, you know, in the truth. Sisters in the truth. Like, and it was like a lot of us down there. Like, I couldn't even count how many. It was like a big underground facility. Everybody had their little, you know, it was like we was in like little huts, little teepees, and everybody was like, you know, all the Akim was like handing out water. You know, everybody's taking care of each other. Like, Akim was down there barbecuing. So we was all down there, and it was like a sanctuary, like an underground railroad or something, man. I remember being down there, and I felt even better, because I was like, I'm surrounded by the nation now. Now I'm down here with nothing but hopeful elect, you know, men and women. There was children there, you know, for my children to play with. And it was like all of us we was safe in like a little sanctuary. I'm going to go get this precept right here. Go get Psalms. And it was great. And I remember going to that area, and I'm like, okay, you know, and I guess that's when Esau was going to try to, you know, ride down on us. And I came through and was like, man, you got to get in the van. We got to go. We had to leave the house, and we went somewhere to an underground facility, man, and it was like all the Akim, Aqua, the whole nation was there, you know, singing songs. All you was hearing was Yahabashi, I was shy, prayers going up constantly, and it was great, man. I went in there, I just felt good because I was surrounded by nothing but hopeful elect, and it felt real good, y'all, Sharala. So check it out. This is Psalms 63:2, and it says, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. And that's what I could picture it, man. It was like a sanctuary for the hopeful elect, you know. And like I said, like the scripture that said, see thy power, man. It's like when I got in there, I felt it was like all the little pressure being Babylon Great just uplifted off of me, man. To be surrounded by that many Akim and Aqua, the whole nation, to be submerged in the whole nation, it was like a whole feeling, just like the birds just lifted up off of me. And I felt good. I was like, look where I'm at, man. There's nothing but hopeful elects. I'm hearing nothing but Yahabashi name being heard. Shalom. It was just, man, it was great, y'all. I mean, great. That's the best way I can describe it. And I'm going to bring this out, too, because that's all I was hearing was in there was, man, like you could hear Yahabashi name just, that's all you heard. Prayers going up and, you know, call Halom, Yahabashi, I was shy. And that's all I heard, man, in there. And I was like, you know, it wasn't like the chariots. So I wouldn't say like we made it. Because I woke up a little bit at that part. And I was like, damn, you know, because I didn't want to wake up. I was loving that part. I just remember this walking in there. And the best way I can describe it is like the Matrix. The second Matrix movie, like Zion, when they was underground. And then you see them all gathered up. And Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, was talking to them. It looked like that. Best way I can give you a vision to describe it. Anybody that's seen that movie, that's what it looked like. And I'm going to bring out Psalms 134:2. And it says, lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord. And that's what was going on in that sanctuary, man. All I was hearing was, call Halom Yahabashi, I was shy, Bashin Rakadash. I heard a bunch of Shalom. I was hearing a bunch of prayers. You know, it was a bunch of laughter. You know, our people, we was doing good. It's like we was in a real good place, man. These are Shalom brothers, was greeting brothers. We were seeing brothers that we had seen, you know, on the YouTube. We finally was seeing them, like, you know, in real life. And we was all gathered around. The children was playing with each other. They was good. The women was, you know, talking to each other. They was good. And it was like a little sanctuary for the nation. And it was just something like, it was, man, that feeling was so good, Yashua. That was a very good dream. And I just want to put that out there because in the dream, man, it's like, I made it through Jacob's trouble, man. Me and my family, man. We did no harm come to us. We had some scares, like I told you. The Mexicans tried to, you know, Northern tried to come up in there and take our goods. Esau had us land on the floor. You know, they was running through the house. They took the food that we had visible, you know, but we got stuff stashed, so I just pulled that out. And I bought a lot of off-grid things so that we could shower, things that we can like still, go to the restroom and use, because that's all I do. And I advise you to do that too, y'all. Our last little bit of Federal Reserve notes, our money we're getting, get off-grid stuff. Get stuff you can use when the power go out. Get stuff you can use when the water go out. Think like that. And that's the type of stuff, because that's the type of stuff I get. So when it hit, I just putting that stuff into use, and, we were making. I got like, I done bought a bang of candles. So I had all kind of candles and lights, and we made it through. Through the power of Yahweh, we made it through, man, because Esau could have laid us out. He didn't. I'm not a good shot with Esau's swords, but I was in my dream, and we made it through that. My family, we made it through, man. Ak was coming through. Like I said, that's how that part right there really uplifted and made my faith this real concrete when Ak showed up, and he had a working vehicle. I don't know how he got a working vehicle. He had food and supplies. It's like he was like a Santa Claus or something, man. He'll pop up every week, and he would deliver off goods that we needed, And, that had to be the Lord that was helping Ak out. Like I said, he in a YMCA van, and they can't catch him in Humvees. And he was laughing like it was nothing to him, man. It's like he was having fun playing with Esau in the dream. And I'm like, shit, you see how Ak doing them? Shit, we ain't got nothing to worry about. So it boosted my faith. I'm like, Ak out here giving Esau hell. So what I got to be worried about? So, and then like, I would always like to calm my family down. I would read the scriptures. They wanted to listen in. It's hard to get your family to listen now, especially you got little ones. But I noticed then, like, when I read the scriptures, they was all ears. They was listening. I would just read scriptures like every night to keep them calm, because we was hearing gunshots. You hear people hollering at night. It was all hell broke loose. Like, you heard it through the daytime too, but at night you really heard it. It got real bad at night, and it was Jacob's trouble, Yasharallah. And that was just a dream I had, man. They had shut everything down, and they wanted the people to kill each other in the dream. I noticed that was Esau's tactic. He shut everything down, and he wanted to, I don't know who shot the ICBM off, the EMP missile. I don't know if there was another country. I don't know if Babylon did it, but I remember that was the last time the TVs worked and the cars worked. It was like when that missile went off, and it made that big cloud, that big silver cloud in the sky, everything shut off, everything fried, And the only person I noticed that had a working vehicle was Op. He was the only one I know that had a working vehicle other than the military. The military had, Humvees. They had they vehicles. Their stuff was still working. And the only person I know was the military, and Op was the only ones working cars. And like I said, my Op was riding through, providing us with food, water, medicine, candles, anything we needed. He was delivering. He was like, man, you need something, I'm gonna make a drop. I'll be back and I'll have it, and next week he'd be back. So he was doing like, weekly drops on us. That's why I was like, man, we good. And then at one point, I thought he was doing a drop, and he was like, nah, y'all gotta come. He at that point where he about to, he about to make his move. Y'all gotta come with me, so, you be all right. And we went tonight. It was like an underground railroad, an underground sanctuary. And it was a lot of Akim and Akwaf in the whole nation that, that I could see. It was a lot of us down there. We was good, man. And we was in there. It was like, a bunch of, everybody was singing, praying, sending up prayers. All you heard was Yahweh Shah's name all day long within that sanctuary. All day long. You just heard, call Halal Yahweh Shah. And it was just, man, it was some good sleeps in there. And then I woke up. I didn't get to see, I wanted to see more, man. I was kind of mad I woke up. I was like, I thought it was real, So, with that, I hope this has been edifying. I hope it was a faith booster to the nation. Hey, because, in that dream, we was good. Yahweh Shah got the hopefully legs back, man. Nothing going to, happen to us real bad like that. At least not in my dream. Me and my family was good. So I hope this, is a good faith boost to all the Akim that's doing the work, the Akwaf that's listening to us doing the work and being a helping hand. And that's just my take on my dream that I had of Jacob's trouble. It was definitely Jacob's trouble. I seen a lot of people dying in my neighborhood. I didn't get too far out in my dream because I didn't leave the neighborhood. I kind of stayed close to the house, but I seen a lot of death. I had to put people to death in the dream. And you could hear death when you sleeping at night because the TVs was out. I guess everything was out. So you could hear what was going on outside your house very vividly. And there was a whole lot of hollering, gunshots, and this A whole bunch of chaos. So with that, man, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasharala, Detail Baba Bob, and Shalom.